tea birds, Krisi here. It is time for August's tea tasting of our tea tasting club. I'm not being super glamorous. It is so hot in our tasting room today, so I'm just trying to keep cool. So we are going to go through our 3 boxes. I'm going to give you some top tips on how to brew each one. So starting with our Flavour Explorer Box, which is great for people that want to try all sorts of teas. Then we'll move on to our Gourmet Box, which is a box that is brilliant for slightly more traditional tea drinkers. It's always got a couple of teas in there that are great with milk and enjoyed a traditional way, and then it's got a bit of a curveball in sometimes as well. And then we'll finish with our Caffeine Free Decaf Box, which is an explorer of flavours like our Flavour Explorer, but it guarantees that the teas in there have no caffeine for those people that want to avoid. Okay, so I'm going to start with our Flavour Explorer box. The artwork this month is extra special because it's done by Toby, who works in our Norwich store, who is also an independent artist and illustrator, so please do check their work out. So this box this month has got Blueberry and Peach, which is one of my favourite of our fruit teas. It's also got Red Velvet and Violet Cream, which are both black teas. The theme for this month was summertime, decadent treats that you could enjoy both hot and cold, because we know the weather is a bit temperamental. Right, let's try Blueberry and Peach together. So I've actually brewed Blueberry and Peach in our cold brew bottle. It's a really great tea to have hot as well, but on a day like today, we're going to need it iced. So it's been in the cold brew bottle overnight, and I actually used sparkling water for this one. And I'm going to give you a top tip because lots of our cold brew bottle lovers ask how to get a proper fizzy in their cold brew. So look at that colour, it's beautiful. It smells like blueberries, it looks like blueberries, and I probably shouldn't say this, but it reminds me a little bit of a really premium, luxurious Ribena. So I've brewed it in sparkling water, cold brewed it in sparkling water. Now the sparkling water does go a little bit flat overnight, so what I do is top up 3/4 in the glass, and then I keep some of my sparkling water aside, and then just top it up with the last quarter with sparkling to give it that extra fizz. And then also, just to finish it off, you could put some blueberries in there like I'm going to do here, or you could add a sprig of mint in there as well. It's one of my absolute favourites. It's so refreshing. Let me know what you think. Try it cold brewed, try it hot too. I might keep this actually. This is so hot. And then just quickly to cover the other 2 teas in the box, my top tips. So Red Velvet, I like hot with a splash of milk, any milk of your choice. It also brews like a little bit of a pink colour, so you could turn it into a latte with pink frothy milk. Or if you want to do it cold brewed, again, I would always cold brew this one in milk of your choice. Oat milk or dairy milk is better because it's a bit more muted. Some of our customers also like coconut milk. And then Violet Cream, I like to enjoy in a very similar way. I can happily drink it hot, without milk actually. I only brew it for a few minutes if I'm doing that. Or I add milk if I want it to be a bit more like a regular indulgent cuppa. And I'll be totally honest, it's not my favourite cold brewed, but a lot of our customers really like Violet Cream cold brewed in coconut milk. So have a go. Next up, we'll look at our Gourmet Box, which is for more of the traditionalist. So in this box this month, you have got chocolate digestives, which sounds a little bit out there, but I promise you it tastes like a really, really good quality English breakfast with a little hint of nod to chocolate. So if you like dipping your biscuits in your regular cuppa, this is for you. We've also got gingerbread chai in there, which is our best-selling tea. It's the chai that we use in stores for our lattes, and it's great with milk as well, so really warming chai flavour. And in the summer, I have that iced and put a little bit of cinnamon in there as well. You could also add a little bit of rum for a summer cocktail. It's one of my favourites, so do try it. But I'm going to try today with you our peppermint tea. So you may think that we are a really out there tea mixologist company, which we are, but we do some classic flavours incredibly well, and our peppermint is one of those. So the leaves in our peppermint are really big, high quality peppermint leaves, which really makes a difference when you brew it. Sometimes with peppermint you can get a bitter aftertaste, and our fresh leaves are perfect, they don't do that at all. And we've just got a little bit of a blue corn flour in there, which doesn't really add anything to the taste, but it just gives a bit of a bird and blend sparkle to it, so you know you're drinking bird and blend. So I'm going to use our Brewdini to brew this, which is our gadget of choice. It's non-drip, it's hassle-free, and it's magical as well. Okay, so I'm going to let that brew for 3 minutes. It's really important that you don't oversteep peppermint because it then can get really bitter, and we don't want that. Now I'm going to enjoy this one hot. You can also make a really refreshing cold tea with peppermint by adding fresh mint, really squeeze in at least a whole lime, chop it up, squeeze it in, and if you've got a little bit of a sweet tooth, try some honey, and it tastes like a really refreshing mint. Yeah, mint and lime refresher, a bit like our Mahiti, that's how I like to enjoy it. So that's brewed now. So the magic of the Brewdini is you just pop it on top and it filters through, and then the moment that you lift it up, it stops. There we go. And you can either save this to re-steep again, or you can give it a swill and pop it in the dishwasher. Look at that colour. I hope that you can see that. It's beautiful and crisp and clear, and it gives a really, really fresh taste, and there's no sediment in there or anything. So I absolutely love peppermint. It's one of my favourite go-tos for like simple brew. It's really good, to be fair. So last but not least, our Caffeine Free Box. This month, you have had a tasting from everything in your box actually, because blueberry and peach is in here, so you can follow the cold brew instruction. Peppermint is in here, so you can follow that instruction. And then the last one is birthday cake, which is a rooibos tea with a vanilla and icing flavour. Birthday cake, I actually prefer hot. It's one of my go-tos for a hot brew, because it's just about traditional enough for me to feel like I'm having a cuppa, but it's got a sweeter, vanilla note, and I love that in my teas. And I have cold brewed it today. So off camera, I actually gave this a bit of a shake because it is separated. That's totally normal. So if your tea or your milk is separated a little bit, give it a shake and you're good to go. So this has just been cold brewed in oat milk. Birthday cake and most of the rooibos teas that you would drink with milk, I would also, when they're hot, I would also cold brew them in milk. Birthday cake isn't really a tea that you would cold brew in water or sparkling water or anything like that. Look at that colour. It's really refreshing actually to have a milky drink in the hot weather. I know you don't think of it, but it's really refreshing, so. Delicious, so good. I'll just quickly show you the birthday cake loose bell end actually, because it's beautiful. So we've got rooibos in there, and also the mallow flowers, the purple flowers, and I don't know if you can see, but we also have the cute little cake sprinkles in there. So we like to add a bit of magic to some of our teas, and because it's called birthday cake, we've got the little cake sprinkles. So they shouldn't do too much to the taste, but they just look pretty, so enjoy. Thank you for joining me for tasting again this month. I do them every month to help you explore your box. I hope you enjoyed tasting them as much as I have enjoyed curating them for you. I'll see you next time.